Everyone knows what a jealous ex-wife looks like. At least, they think they do. Too emotional and focused on the younger woman taking her place, attached to a man who already moved on. That is exactly why The Wife Between Us works so well. It takes the woman everyone is ready to dismiss and places one question under everything she does. What if she is not jealous? What if she is warning you? Vanessa's life has come apart after her divorce from Richard. She is no longer the woman inside the marriage. Now she is outside of it, living with the pieces, replaying the past, and watching another woman move toward the future she once believed was hers. From a distance, the story seems simple. Former wife, new fiancé, charming man, broken marriage, replacement, jealousy. This book gives you its real warning: assume nothing. That is the power of this domestic psychological thriller. It understands how quickly people build a story around a woman who looks emotional, wounded, or unable to let go. Vanessa seems like someone trapped in the past. Her attention appears unhealthy. Her fear looks like bitterness. Her obsession with Richard's new fiancée seems easy to judge. The real question starts pressing closer. Is the jealous ex-wife telling the truth? Richard stands at the center of this story as the kind of man people might admire from the outside. Successful, polished, protective. The kind of man who can make a future look safe simply because he seems so in control. For Nellie, Richard represents security. She is preparing to marry him, and the life ahead should feel bright. A wedding is coming. A new chapter is waiting. Richard appears caring, accomplished, and steady in all the ways a person might want when life feels uncertain. Something around her does not fully settle. Unsettling phone calls, a sense of being watched, the strange feeling that someone may be following her. The closer the wedding gets, the more that perfect future begins to carry a faint shadow. The Wife Between Us becomes more than a familiar love triangle. At first, everyone seems to have a role. Vanessa is the ex-wife. Nellie is the replacement. Richard is the man between them. Jealousy appears to explain the tension before the story even has to prove it. Greer Hendricks and Pekkanen know how dangerous that first impression can be. A woman who looks jealous can be dismissed before anyone listens. Someone who sounds afraid can be called unstable. A person who keeps watching can be treated as the problem, even when she may be reacting to something no one else can see. That uncertainty gives the book its edge. The suspense is not only about what happened in the marriage. It is about who gets believed after a marriage ends. No one outside the marriage ever sees the whole story. Friends see the polished version. Strangers see the social version. Family catches fragments. Even inside the marriage, the truth can take years to understand. Some memories looked like love at the time. Others were control. A few were warning signs no one knew how to name yet. Vanessa lives in that uncertainty. She is trying to make sense of what happened, while his new life moves forward without her. Ellie lives in a different kind of pressure. She is moving toward marriage with hope, but also with fear she cannot fully explain. The world around her keeps sending small signals that do not match the dream she is supposed to be living. That contrast is what makes the book work. One woman appears stuck in the wreckage of a marriage. Another appears to be entering that same story as if it were a fairy tale. Between them is Richard, whose presence changes depending on who is telling the story. Nothing about that setup should be trusted too quickly. This is not a detective mystery with a clean investigation. No one is standing outside the relationship with a notebook and a badge. The suspense comes from memory, perception, emotional pressure, and the private rooms of a marriage that looked different from the outside. A domestic thriller is strongest when the danger does not need to break into the house. It is already inside the relationship. The wife between us plays with appearances very carefully. Vanessa may seem bitter. Nellie, innocent. Richard, perfect. Those impressions are part of the reading experience. The book wants you to notice how fast your mind fills in the blanks. A jealous ex-wife has a story already attached to her. A beautiful younger fiancé carries her own story too. A successful man who appears to have moved on carries another. Those roles feel easy to recognize, and that is exactly why they are dangerous. The pull is not in getting the answers too soon. It is in feeling your assumptions change while the story quietly asks you to look again. No ending explained. No hidden turn exposed. Readers who enjoy domestic psychological thrillers will likely understand the appeal quickly. This book is for people who like marriage suspense, emotional manipulation, shifting perception, complicated women, and stories where the first explanation may be the least reliable one. Fans of the last Mrs. Parrish may also feel at home here, but for a different reason. The wife between us moves through a neighbouring door. It asks what happens when a woman who looks like the villain may not fit the role people gave her. Maybe Vanessa is jealous. Maybe she cannot let go. She is seeing danger where no one else sees it. The real mystery is not whether Vanessa looks jealous. It is why everyone was so ready to doubt her in the first place. And what that says about the story we wanted to believe.